perform much better. And how does this translate in terms of seats, Ajit? You're, of course, saying that the BJP will sweep along with its allies, but if there is indeed a Muslim consolidation, as Brijesh indicates, how will this translate in terms of seats?
See, Muslim consolidation always has taken place in UP. This is not the first time. In fact, ever since 1977, Muslims have always gone behind either the Congress or the third alternative, right? In this case, the SP or the BSP.
Yeah.
When BSP won, they were behind the BSP. Why? Because they always vote strategically. They vote for the party which will defeat the BJP. In that sense, there is a consolidation. The problem of the consolidation is that in many of these seats, I just looked at the seats, these 15 seats, Western UP, this is the belt where the Dalit dominates, not the Yadav. You see, this is not Doab, where Yadavs dominate, or as I said, Eastern UP. In fact, Bahraich and all, again in Eastern UP, the Dalits dominate. So what happens is the Muslims will look for where is the Dalit vote going? The Dalit vote is going towards the BSP. So then they'll vote for the BSP. In certain constituencies where the Yadavs dominate, there the Muslims will go along with the Yadav again to beat the BJP. So the intention, in terms of intention of the Muslim, yes, there is a consolidation. But in terms of implementation, when the Muslim goes to vote, there isn't a consolidation, and as a result, that's why I told you, from the year 2000 until today, the Muslims have always voted 1/3 BSP, 2/3 Samajwadi Party. It's because of the geography of distribution of the other communities. One community in India, nowhere in India can one community ensure the victory of one party. They need an alliance partner. When they need Dalits, they have to go to BSP. When they need Yadavs, they have to go to SP. That is the reason. The overall outcome is that BSP ends up cutting a lot of this Muslim vote, and as a result, in many of these constituencies, the BSP wins. In fact, in the past, the BSP used to also get a lot of Brahmin votes. This time, the BSP has not fielded that many Brahmin leaders. Earlier, the BSP would directly give tickets to Brahmins in many constituencies.
That was the third leg of their strategy.
That used to be the third leg. This time, they have given more tickets other than Muslims to OBCs. Because everyone is trying this time to break the OBC vote. Get the OBC vote, non-Yadav OBC vote on its side.
And I think the key areas, if I just take 30 seconds, the key area is which has to be minutely looked into, which will also play a significant part in the assembly election as well, is whether SP, BSP or Congress is able to make a dent into non-Yadav OBC. This is what Tejasvi is doing there. He's not playing to the gallery and giving tickets only to the Yadavs or to the Muslim. In fact, he must have given the least number of Muslim tickets possible, because they know that Yadav Muslims somehow they don't have anywhere else to go. But it's the other community which we have.
That they're trying to
prioritize. If they are able to make a dent into what the BJP has very carefully calibrated and made this Yadav minus OBC as their solid vote bank, if they are able to make a dent into the Kurmi vote bank, then I think it's going to be a fascinating election. Not only this, but elections to come forward.
Absolutely. Every
the
election.
Voter, this time, as Brijesh also agreed with me, is actually the OBC vote.
Is the OBC
the non-Yadav OBC voters.
Non-Yadav OBC vote. But, while we are on the topic, Brijesh, tell us, since you have your ear to the ground, what are the top issues that are being discussed in UP? Is it the Ram Mandir? Is it the Labhartis? What are the hot issues that will actually turn the tide here in UP?
Well, if you ask me what is the one big issue which has worked brilliantly for the Bharatiya Janata Party, I think that is the Labharti thing. There are many people who are getting all these government doles. They are not the vocal ones who go out and say this before the camera, but on the D-Day, they go out and vote for the party. I think that is one big thing which the BJP has done, one very important thing, and it is paying them rich dividend. But other than that, that is the reason I started my conversation by saying that if you would ask me this question on, say, last week of January, first fortnight of February, it was Ram Mandir all the way. If you say that BJP is going to win anything less than 75, people will give you an incredulous look. This is not the situation anymore. And I think, the slogan that that the BJP gets 400, then they will change the constitution and do away with reservation, has unwittingly become one of the most dominant force as far as the political narration is concerned. And the reason why it has also become is not because the opposition party, which is the Congress and Samajwadi Party, which is saying this. It is because many BJP leaders have said, a member of parliament said that the reason why we want is that we can change the constitution. They meant it other, but the kind of spin which has been given by the SP and the Congress party, it is creating problem for the BJP.
Of course, and those leaders didn't get tickets this time around.
No, but many are still saying, see, the problem is, and the third thing is that the completely avoidable controversy related to the Rajput community. Though BJP has swung into action and by the fifth phase, they have been able to salvage this, but it was something which is completely avoidable if your targets are so lofty. It was a unnecessary bad self-goal by the BJP.
Unnecessary bad self-goal. And, talking about issues, Ajit Kumar Jha, the Ram Mandir in January, as Brijesh was mentioning, that was a high point for the BJP, that it finally, did the Pran Pratishtha of the Ram Mandir. Is that not an issue anymore in UP? You think, is it the heat wave that's, overcome all of that, or is it still a big factor on the ground?
Sandeep, despite the heat wave, close to 1 crore pilgrims have gone to Ayodhya for the first time.
In the last 5 months?
In the last 5 months. Almost 95 lakhs that I checked last time. There is a silent wave still for the Ram Mandir. In fact, not only in Uttar Pradesh, I travelled entire of North Bihar recently, last month. You know that Mithila painting, which comes from the land of Sita. Pradhan Mantri Modi for the first time went and spoke in Darbhanga, in several areas of Mithilanchal and Simanchal about that. This is Ramji's Sasural. And they have combined it to, he has revamped the Ayodhya agenda. But let me tell you something. See, the BJP always had 4 types of voters. Of course, they have lots of voters, but if you do a typical morphology of it, one is the Hindutva voter, one is the nationalist voter, one is, as Brijesh pointed out, the Labharti voter, and 4 is the floating voter, which votes for BJP when they realize BJP jeet rahi hai, ab baki to udhar kuch nahi hai, Tina factor. So they also vote for the BJP. BJP has a different messaging for all of them. For the Labharti voter, all these programs, the Awas Yojana, the various Ujjwala scheme, etc., 80 crore, people getting the free food and etc. And then for the Hindutva voter, it's the Mandir, right? Now what happened in the first 2 phases, when the turnout went down, the BJP signals went up. They realized that the mobilized vote of the BJP, which is the Hindutva voter, are not voting. Why? For 2 mistakes. One mistake was, ab ki baar 400 par, so everyone thought 400 to
complacency.
Why should we vote? And the second reason was, there was this criticism that more than 100 seats that have been given by the BJP this time are to people who has jumped ship, who has come from the other parties, not to loyalists. So there was a bit of anger. So immediately the BJP went on an emergency mode, and you saw Pradhan Mantri changing his entire strategy of speeches from development initiative, positive campaign to a negative campaign, Ghuspaithi, and Congress ka manifesto is Muslim League.
They will give everything, all property.
And all those,
absolutely.
Mangal Sutra le lega. All those. What is that? That is signaling to the Hindutva voter, you better come out and vote, because our voting percentage is going down. And you saw from the third phase, when Gujarat's voting took place, the entire turnout went up almost to as high as 2019. So the BJP always has signals for its 4 different kind of voters. There is a silent wave for Ram Mandir, maybe not as pronounced as we saw in 2019, the nationalist vote following Balakot.
That's right.
But it is certainly there. The undercurrents of it is all around North India.
The undercurrents are there all in North India, and we'll know very soon if the INDI Alliance can actually make a dent into the BJP's fortress Uttar Pradesh. So Brijesh, what's your forecast? How many seats for the BJP and its allies in Uttar Pradesh?
Well, if you ask me, I think if they are able to sustain or retain what they did in 2019, there'll be a very good going as far as the BJP is concerned. So I would say that somewhere in the range of 60s. I'm
in
willing
the
to put out,
60s.
stick out my neck, yeah.
Ajit Kumar Jha, how many seats for the BJP versus the INDI Alliance?
I would say minimum the repeat of 2014,
Right.
which is 71 plus 2 seats, 73. I think they should aim for more, given the fact that the first two phases, the turnout was low, maybe in states like Rajasthan, in some of the other states in the north, their votes might have come down. So they need to get what I pointed out, those 16 seats of UP in order to reach 370, which is their purpose this time. So I would say more closer to 74, 75. The aim should be that. I have a feeling they'll repeat 2014 this time because the SP-BSP is not in an alliance.
Repeat of 2014, but as Brijesh says, it could just be in its 60s. We'll know soon enough in a couple of days from now if the INDI Alliance can actually dent the BJP's Fortress UP. That's all we have time for in this edition of Final Countdown. Do tune in at 9 p.m. tomorrow for our show on the crucial election battleground of West Bengal. Thanks for watching the Final Countdown.